Hey, what's up, YouTube? Monar Synchro here, bringing you deck of the month for November. I'm doing my blackwings again. There's been a few changes that I've done to the deck that have made it more consistent. So I wanted to share some choices that I've made to help out some people that are trying to make a good build of this deck right now. Because obviously blackwings are top tier right now, and it's a really consistent deck. Um, and also explain some of the combos that you can do. So yeah, let's get started. Let's dig in right into the deck. And you obviously start out with the boss monster that you should be running, Dark Arm. It's so easy to control the graveyard with Blackwings, and with Pot of Duality you can easily fish for him, and just pretty much prepare your whole setup to drop him. So you need to obviously run him. I take in one Thunder King. It's always good to, like, if you're going first, to not give away exactly what you're playing. So just summon Thunder King, lock them from using their search cards like Stratos, Rhoda, or Pot of Duality themselves. So the one Thunder King is pretty good. I played three Soroku. They're beat sticks. They get over Thunder King. They get over Doomkels, and they're needed pretty much to synchro with Vayu in the graveyard. So three is necessary in my opinion. The staples, three Shuras. I only run two Bora. Three is not necessary. Whirlwind's at one, and you can always get it with a Shura if you don't have like another beat stick to bring out with Whirlwind or something. Also with you can bring it out with take it out with Whirlwind if you have Soroku, and then just special summon and Pierce. It's pretty good against Egg Sabers and Quick Drop, primarily Quick Drop because you pierce them a lot. Three Colludes, obvious. Two Blizzard, the one Gale, the most broken synchro, not synchro, the most broken tuner, and then I run two values. A lot of people are running one, but since I max out at three Icarus attacks, it's always good to be able to hit with Shura. And if you have an Icarus attack set, just leave the plus one valued in the field after it attacked. And if they drop Gorge, you're able to Icarus. Or if they have like maybe two back row that are like, I don't know, they didn't activate. They're not like Mirror Force or stuff like that, then maybe you can just blow it up with Icarus and get a plus one off of that. So, not to mention that you can always, like, if you draw these, like, it doesn't matter. What you can do is, like, with Blizzard, you can always go into Brio, and if you have like a Soroku in your graveyard, you just ditch it and start bouncing synchros or bouncing stuff, and then if the Brio gets bottomless, that's fine, because then like you'll have like a free synchro that's gonna be a 23 beat stick and it's gonna keep putting pressure on your opponent. So it values pretty good. Not only it also allows you to hit level 5 really easily with Shura. If you need an instant catastrophist or an instant magical android, if you're under time and you need like to gain life points really fast, android's pretty good. And then I take in Spirit Reaper. This is one of my all-time favorite cards. It's such a versatile card. It sits there, it hits, it gets a plus one, it forces removal, it forces Mirror Force, Deep Prison, Torrential, Dark Hole really fast. So it's a pretty good card and I like it a lot. That's for the monsters. For the magic cards, I run triple Book of Moon. Um, you just have to. Period. I run double duality. I know a lot of people don't pretty much can't afford these, but you can try to substitute them for cards for Black Feathers to try to make it a little bit more budget. Just keep in mind, obviously, Pot of Duality is a little bit more versatile in the sense that in certain situations you're not gonna want to remove your Blackwing monster, and you're just trying to fish for, like, if you have like one, for example, one Blackwing monster and like one cards for Black Feathers, you're gonna be forced to activate the cards for Black Feathers, and if you join to like more Magic and Trap, you're gonna be like with no monsters. So sometimes you have like the Shura and you're trying to dig out the Whirlwind and or maybe even dig out the Icarus attack and get to your stuff faster. So sometimes it's not good to remove your stuff because what if you don't draw into the stuff that you need? It's always good to keep your stuff and just fish out for more stuff. So two duality is good. I don't like three. Like, I've seen so many times where people play three, they duality, and every time it's like dualities in one of those three cards revealed. So I don't like that. I run two MSTs. They're just needed against like random macrocosmo decks, fissure decks, staples. In my opinion, that have become staple: Giant Trunade, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and obviously the staple. It's Black Whirlwind. You gotta play it. It's broken. One allure. Obviously, you need that extra drop power. For traps, You gotta max out on the Icarus attacks. This is what creates plus ones. You summon your Shura, they try to bottomless. Your Icarus attack the other two cards, and you pretty much create a good plus one. You clear their whole board. You have a monster that you can like use with Blizzard, so you can set up really fast with Icarus, and with Duality you can fish it out really fast. You play obviously the staples, two bottomless trap holes, Mirror Force, Solemn, Solemn Morning, and Torrential. You only really need to run Solemn Morning at one. With Blackwings, like you kind of don't really care if their monsters there. You have Oppression, obviously for like the synchros, so you only really need Solemn Warning against like Stratos maybe, and like Machinas, Gear Frame and stuff like that. And the one Delta Crow, one is only needed. You don't really need to have two because you start getting like dead draws, so one is good enough. And that's the main deck. I main deck 42. Technically, it's a 40 card deck because the dualities pretty much are like one for ones that speed up your deck. For the synchro deck, I run one Chimera. Um, you can either choose to run a Scrap Dragon, or you can choose to run either that. In my opinion, they're both pretty good in Blackwings. They're both easy to make. Sometimes this guy is better than this guy in certain situations when like you don't want to get rid of your cards, like if you're low on cards and hand and field, like you don't want to get rid of your stuff, so Scrap Dragon might not be a good option. And sometimes this is better if they have like a Stardust, so obviously you want to send the Stardust. And if you can protect it with Book of Moon, then um, let's say you get it down to like 1600 and they summon like whatever, like a Stratos, and try to run over it. What you can do is book your own Dark End, and then like it just flips. They lose 300, and he resets itself, so its whole stats go back to 26, and then you can just send the monster and then attack. So this card combined with Book of Moon is just really really broken. That's why I like it. So it's either or, but I think I'd rather choose to run Dark End. Um, one Colossal is still pretty good against the Mirror Match. It's still good against Lightsworn. It's still pretty good. I run the one Silver Wing because you can make it with Value and Armor Master in the graveyard. And two Stardust because you can make Stardust really easily. Two Armor Masters, a Black Rose, a Goyo. I don't know if you can see that. Two Arm Wings, kind of needed. Um, one Bryonic, one Catastrophe, one Android. That's pretty much it for the side deck. I really want to quickly show you what should be kind of similar to this. Another Thunder King for like X Sabers and maybe like stun decks that try to like run you over with their beat sticks, so you can fight their beat sticks with yours. One DD Crow for the quick draw, whatever plants, X Sabers, Absolute Zero, Frog Monarchs if they're using like the Treeborns and stuff like that. For the Fishborg Blasters, which are seeing a lot of play now, so you need to play this. To affect Veilers, you need to have at least one, maybe, and you can main deck one if you want. That's personal preference, but I wouldn't do that unless you're playing like at a regionals or something. Locals, I don't think is that necessary, but this is used to stop X Sabers a lot when they're cold with you. You need to run this, obviously, for Machinas and stuff like that. They're pretty brokes, and against random stun decks. Snowman Eaters against the Mirror Match, against X Sabers, against stun decks that run Thunder Kings, 19 beaters, Gemini Spark guys. These are pretty brokes. Two Banisher of the Radiance. In my opinion, they're too good against Quick Draw. It just shuts them down pretty fast. X Sabers, they get shut down by this pretty fast too. In my opinion, they're pretty good side deck cards. Trap Hole for Black Wings, GBs if you see them. Compulse, this is for scraps. Scraps are becoming pretty good, so you need an out to their Scrap Dragon without actually killing it and letting them get a +1. Starlight Road against Mirror Match, against Quick Draw plants or whatever. They try to Black Rose you all the time, so you need to be able to have an amp to it. Nobleman, because they side in Starlight Road against you in multiples sometimes of 2 or 3, so you need to be able to just like kill it and just get rid of the problem right away. Sometimes you just want to get warning out of the way too. And one cross out for Dandy Warrior, plants, what else, X Sabers, stuff like that. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Maybe in another later video I'll show you a couple combos that you can do to bring out Stardust and have a beat stick like Silver Wind on the field in the same turn, stuff like that. Just tips of how to play blackwings the right way. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys liked it, and comment, rate, subscribe, and talk to you guys later.